Welcome back to another episode in review with us here at the Potential Podcast. I'm Taylor, and that's Chris, depending on which way I'm pointing to. And here we are reviewing episode 7, season 2 of Servant, entitled Marino. Now, overall, this whole season's been a lot of fun. It's been building up, and we thought, again, is this going to keep, getting us excited? This episode, there were a couple things I liked, but overall, I think it left us really going, what? And wanting more. I feel like they're stretching this story out a little too much. I don't know about you, Chris.
Yeah, I feel like they're at the point now where they maybe have their kind of big season 2 cliffhanger, because I think we are getting a season 3, and so they're just trying to do some filler. A couple episodes ago, we had that episode where I just feel like nothing really happened, and then it was back to a great, all right, we got some actual stuff going on. Especially we had the mom Dorothy started to attack Leanne at 2 a.m. And we're just getting more building blocks to, okay, maybe this is something supernatural, and we're getting more. And this one just felt like it was a dud. Not much really happened. The only thing that I kind of had a bit of, something that drew me to it was Leanne making what looked like Christmas ornaments out of her creepy little voodoo dolls.
Yeah.
And she was making a ton of them.
Which I still don't know what's going on with those things. What they have to do.
It was giving me Blair Witch vibe, the Blair Witch vibes with, those stick figures that were made famous in that movie. Obviously there's something about them that are very protective. She had one over Jericho's crib, and, the husband Sean originally stabbed himself. He pricked a finger, and that's when he started to lose, his taste and his feelings. So I'm just like, at this point, I'm like, either just blow me away with it being a supernatural element or not. Really, the plot of this episode was a policewoman came over to interrogate the house, and the brother and the husband were trying to keep the uncle shut up the entire time so that it wouldn't be heard by the policewoman. And that was about it.
Yeah. I feel like there has been too much of stretching of, it's almost like it's like the moonlighting of suspense. Okay, you're okay. Will they, won't they? Is she supernatural? Is she not? Just give us a sign already. And we know you did a movie called Signs, M. Night Shyamalan, so come on. You know all about it. Yeah, it's a little like, okay, some of these episodes, we could have made a shorter season. Just because the first season was that many episodes doesn't mean we need this many in that. And I think we've agreed, Chris and I, that some shows are getting smarter, or I think showrunners are getting smarter in years to come, especially with a lot of these streaming sites like Netflix and Apple TV, that less is more. And that you don't need, so many episodes to tell a story, where you have some of these shows, 20 plus episodes. We don't need that. Whereas this, I think, okay, we're kind of like to the point, okay, she's supernatural, we still want to know what the hell is going on with that cult. So there's a lot of craziness going on, but this, just left us wanting more. And it was really, 5 steps forward last episode, this one 13 steps back. It's kind of bringing it like the audience isn't dumb. I think it's kind of dumbing us down a little bit,
Yeah, and it even ended in a weird way where it was this Betamax tape thing that the uncle was given, and it was like no one's got a Betamax player. It's so old, and he opens this kind of case that was delivered, and there's a couple weird things in there, and this is dagger, which looks very kind of medieval, witchcrafty looking. So again, the brilliance of the show, I think, is the well done acting, and especially the camera work with all the landscape. This house is very creepy. A lot of the light versus the dark. Those are the things that works in favor of the show. But at this point now, we're ready to see a demon pop out of the ground, or ready to see some, hell break loose. It keeps alluding to that, and we never really get it. So,
and there's this whole thing like Leanne doesn't say anything, and Sean's asking her questions like, what's going to happen? So why was this family shot? Was it supernatural?
Was it suicide because they saw something? Were they attacked by other cult members? We keep having to kind of guess. I mean, there was a little bit of that talk with the policewoman. There was a note found with like the father might have been shot by the kid or whatever the case was. But I was honestly sitting there kind of being like, all right, is anything going to happen? We got three
Yeah.
episodes left of season two. If there really is going to be a season three, and that might be for me, I think it'd be the end of this show. They really got to start pulling us in with a lot more like to leave us wanting more because these are only half-hour episodes. We're watching other shows that have typically more of the hour, 45-minute, and those can grasp you a lot more. This is starting to get a little tedious. And I don't want to get to the point where season two ends and I'm like, I don't really am rushing for season three. I want to be
Yeah.
like, ooh. So we'll see what happens. I mean, not every episode of every season and every TV show is going to be amazing, but I'm pulling for it to still blow us away.
Yeah,
Is where I'm at.
there's gonna be a payoff here, and I think again with this show leading up to this season two, it was like episode great, 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 and this season it's a little bit uneven.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna see again. What are your thoughts? Put down the comments. What do you think about this episode? What do you think's going on? We want to know what you're thinking. You can always email us, put in the comments, or follow us and talk about us on our social pages on Instagram and Facebook. Because again, we're excited, but we want to hear you guys, the fans of the show, what you're thinking about it. So please definitely keep tuning in. We're going to keep producing a lot of these episodes here for this season as we have 3 more coming up. And of course, Chris, we have other shows that we're going to be reviewing as well on the page as well.
Yeah, we still got WandaVision going on, and then we got plenty of other big shows starting up, especially in March. So stay tuned for more video content right here on our YouTube page. And our podcast is back. Season 2 starts literally tomorrow. So watch out for our new season of Potential Podcasts, wherever podcasts are found. And stay tuned for more video content coming your way here from the Potential Podcasts.